Hey, what's going on everybody? Kyle with Hilly Sales and Service here. Today I have a really exciting video for you. Today we're going to be reviewing the 60 volt 900 CFM handheld blower from Toro. Man, I gotta tell you, I haven't used this yet, but it seems to be a beast. And we're gonna take it out and test it and see what it's all about and give you a review on it. So don't go anywhere, we're gonna jump into that now. All right guys, so the review of this leaf blower, we're gonna be doing 5 different things. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this leaf blower out and we're gonna try to simulate just a normal use of blowing leaves. Additionally, with that, we're going to do a runtime test and see how long of runtime we get on one full battery charged. Then from there, we're going to take that depleted battery and we're going to do a charge time test and see how long it takes us to get a fully charged battery. And we're gonna see how powerful this leaf blower is by putting some objects on the ground, some bricks, stuff like that, see how well it will push it, or if it will or won't push those items across the floor. And then lastly, for fun, we're gonna take this Toro 60 volt 900 CFM blower and we're going to attempt to use it as a boat motor. You're not gonna wanna miss that at the very end. So hang in there, we're gonna jump into those tests right now. Before we begin those tests, we'll go over some specifications on this Toro blower. So this is a brushless 900 CFM blower that Toro claims will get up to 165 miles per hour. If you purchase this blower with a battery, you're going to get a 60 volt, 4 amp hour lithium ion battery that Toro claims will get up to 120 minutes of runtime. I found that the weight of this blower is 11 pounds with the 4 amp hour battery installed and 7.2 pounds without any battery installed. This Toro 60 volt 900 CFM blower does come with a 3-year limited warranty on both the blower and the battery. This 900 CFM blower does come with a variable speed trigger, cruise control, and a locking boost button. That's all great because it's going to help with eliminating fatigue in your hand. All right guys, so we're set up here. We're gonna go ahead and clean off this driveway with all the leaves and then maybe out into some of the grass. And we are going to run it in normal mode, no turbo. It's just gonna be full power without the turbo. So we're gonna run it and see how long it will run from start to finish without stopping. And then also that's gonna give you guys a great idea of how well this blows in these leaves, which they are wet as it did rain this morning and off and on throughout this week. So a lot of the leaves here that are on the driveway and then in the grass, a lot of it's wet and really damp. So you get to see now how well that blower works with wet, damp, heavy leaves. So let's go ahead and get started on our runtime test. So I've also noticed that this has done a really nice job, especially with moving a lot of sticks and branches that are laying on this driveway. And some of them have been decent size, you know, an inch or two in diameter. So it's done a really nice job of pushing them out of the way as well as all the leaves. So it's not just leaves, there's a lot of acorns and a lot of sticks that this is moving around, which is great. Because you know how many times you run into, you know, when you're using your leaf blower, if you live somewhere with a lot of trees, that can be a little bit of a problem with sticks and stuff. And so far, this has done a really nice job of moving those sticks and broken up branches and stuff as well. So I think you'd really be pleased with that. So I got 18 minutes and 47 seconds of runtime with a normal running, non-stop, no boost with a 60 volt, 4 amp hour battery. So if you buy the 60 volt 900 CFM blower with a battery, you're going to get this 60 volt 4 amp hour battery with the blower. So we're going to take this inside, plug it in, and see how long it actually takes to charge this battery. Okay, so I'm going to plug this battery in and see how long it takes to charge. We will see you when the battery is done charging. So with Toro's 2 amp charger, it took me about 2 hours to charge this 4 amp hour battery. So now we're going to test the power of this 60 volt 900 CFM blower by attempting to push some items across the concrete floor in my garage. And I have picked 4 items. Number 1, a toy dump truck. Item number 2, a piece of 2x4. Item number 3, a brick. And item number 4, a paver. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that the blower will be able to move the dump truck without any problem. I'm also going to guess that the 2x4 is going to be moved pretty easily as well. The brick, I'm not 100% sure of, and also I don't know about the paver. So let's jump into this test and see what kind of power this blower puts out. All right, dump truck's up first. Let's see what the blower can do. No! Push it right down the driveway. And we didn't even need to use full throttle. Okay, next up is the 2x4. All right, as you can see, that worked pretty good. It's time for item number 3, the brick. Here we go. So as you can see, with full power, the brick didn't move, so now let's try it with the boost button. So with some effort, we were able to get the brick to move, as you can see. It would not move it with the full power, but it did once I turned the boost mode on. And lastly, now we're going to try to move the paver. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so that was full power and it didn't budge. Now let's try full power with boost. So as you can see, the paver did not move with full power or with turbo mode. So I'm going to go ahead and call that one unsuccessful. But we were able to move 3 out of the 4 items, so pretty good nonetheless. So this brings us to the final test. We're going to be taking the Toro 60 volt 900 CFM blower and using it as a boat motor with a kayak on this pond to see if it'll push us around or if we'll just sit still or end up like the Titanic. I don't know. We're going to find out. This is what I've been waiting for. So in a minute, we're going to do that. Hang in there. I'm Kyle with Hilly Ridge Sales and Service, and this is our Toro 60 volt 900 CFM kayak motor. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that it was unsuccessful. So the Toro 60 volt 900 CFM blower worked really well as a boat motor, as you could see, but unfortunately it's not what you're going to be using it for, but it does work. And I did find that the cruise control button on the unit made it so that it was really comfortable to use. All right, so now that I've used the 60 volt 900 CFM blower from Toro and we completed some tests on it, I'm going to give you some of my final thoughts on this blower. So when we ran it and cleaned off the driveway, a lot of those leaves were wet and it was Also, there was a lot of branches and sticks and stuff mixed in on that driveway because that house is in the woods. So I thought it worked really well, clearing the driveway of leaves, and then also those sticks and branches, because a lot of times I've seen with different blowers that the branches and sticks can make it difficult to get everything cleaned up off the driveway. So I thought it worked really well there. Additionally, we did do the runtime test. Toro claims that you can get up to 120 minutes of runtime, and after completing our runtime test, we were able to get roughly 18 minutes of runtime out of that 4 amp hour battery. Now, you might say, oh man, it was only 18 minutes. Well, yeah, but we did run the blower completely, start to finish, didn't shut it off at full speed. So if you're using this leaf blower, you're most likely not going to be using it like I did, where I was running it nonstop. So I thought the 18 minutes, it did all right. After completing the charge time test, I found that with a 2 amp charger, we were able to charge our 4 amp hour battery in about 2 hours. So that's what you can look forward to if you are going to be charging with that same setup with the charger and battery. After that, we did our power test with the blower, and we were able to move the truck, the 2x4, and the brick, and with the brick being moved in the boost mode, and then we were not able to move the paver. So I thought the blower did really well there, moving 3 out of those 4 items. And then we also did the boat motor test, which was a lot of fun. And as you can see in the video, we were able to push ourselves around once we used the blower, kind of like a jet engine or like a fan boat. So that was a lot of fun. It was really neat to experience. Some of my last thoughts on this blower, some of the things that I liked and some of the things that I disliked were, number one, the thing that I liked the most was the cruise control. Not only could you set the cruise control at full throttle and just use the blower and not have to be working your hand and thus eliminating fatigue in your hand. The thing that I also found that was really nice about it was you could set the cruise control at, you know, a quarter or a half, and then that would be set as your 0 power. So from there, you could then squeeze your variable speed trigger and boost up your power, and then when you would release, it would just go back to where you had the cruise control set. It would never go back to 0. So I thought that was a really nice feature. Also, I really like how the blower itself with the battery is balanced, that when you're using it, it keeps the nozzle pointed down to the ground, so you're not really fighting the blower and having to use 2 hands or be uncomfortable while trying to clean off whatever it is that you're trying to clean. One thing that I didn't necessarily care for with this blower was the noise. It is quite loud, and if you purchase one of these or if you were to go to a dealer and test one, you will find that it is quite loud. So to wrap things up in a whole, if you're looking for a new battery-powered leaf blower, I don't think you should look too far beyond the 60-volt 900 CFM leaf blower from Toro. All right, everybody, that's it for this video. If you like this video, consider hitting that like button. And if you want to see other videos as they come out, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks again for watching. God bless. Have a great day. I didn't do that on purpose.